What I want to go over today is typically the first silk reeling exercise that we practice. And it's a pretty good exercise. I'll demonstrate it this way. Once I'm standing with my weight on my right leg and my right hand out. And it's out at kind of an angle as if I've just, kind of slapped somebody. So from here you spiral the hand down and kind of sink your energy so that there's almost a 90-degree angle here with the palm facing forward. And now I relax the left quad and start shifting, turning the dantian in the arm. The hand spirals palm up. Now I push the ground from the right foot to the right palm, turn the waist a little more, relax into the left quad, and now I'm going to relax the right quad, and that's going to start me moving. And the waist turns and the hand spirals across till I get to the end. So there are kind of 4 positions. Sink and spiral, 1. Shift a little to the left, spiral to the middle with the palm facing up, 2. 3. Turn the palm over, facing to the left, and then relax the right quad, start moving across, spiral the hand all the way. Good. I'll do it this direction. Might be a little easier to catch. So down, shift to the middle. My weight's actually a little more on the left. Relax more into the left quad, turn the waist more, and now relax the right, move across and spiral all the way. One thing you don't want to do, and a lot of times when I'm teaching members of my website, the online school, I see the same problems that you pick up along the way, and we correct those. But a lot of people, when they do these spiraling movements, they put their hand over and drag it across, which is a dead spiral. So you want to spiral the whole way to that movement, and then spiral the entire way up, and then spiral the entire way across, instead of turning your hand here and dragging it. That takes a little practice. So this is the first posture. Go second, third, and shift across, 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me watch a couple of seconds and then talk about some things. One of the things this helps you do is put together some of the key body mechanics that you need for effective and high quality Tai Chi, regardless of your style. So I'm going to use my friend Bob a little bit here. But if you put your hand down into the position number 1, if you had someone holding on to your arm, you have to connect the ground on this is my right hand, so connect the ground on my right foot to my right hand, turn the waist and the hand together, and I would be able to pull that person across without as much effort as if I just pulled with the arm alone. You can try it with a partner. Just have them grab hold of your arm and use the ground, connect, and turn. Pull across without doing this. I've had people, I've grabbed their arm and I say, pull me across, and they'll do that. I'll say, turn the waist, and then they'll do this but leave their arm behind. We're just not conditioned to do whole body movement. So you ground through the arm, spiral, push off the ground. Now you push the ground into the palm from the right foot, spiral over. This is like blocking a punch that's coming, deflecting it. And now as you relax the right quad to move across, watch the shoulder. Boom. See that little slight movement? That's a shoulder strike. So if Bob is throwing a punch and I deflected it with this action, one of my first options is to hit him with the shoulder in the chest. Boom. And then an elbow. And then the hand. So it unfolds from as I move from the left to the right, the ground goes from the left foot to the shoulder, to the elbow, to the hand. So when you're here in this third position, you don't shift across and turn here as much by turning you don't turn the hips much at all. It starts ground to shoulder, ground to elbow, waist turns with the arm. And my waist, my dantian is going to be moved over to the right, but my hips are not going to have turned much. So let's go over this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, shift. 4. I'm going to talk about shifting weight in a minute. These are all little bits of information. It's really hard in a half hour to cover a lot of things, but I wanted to give you some thoughts if you practice this later. When you're doing Tai Chi, and tomorrow we'll do the double hand silk reeling tomorrow morning. You're constantly shifting weight. You're closing and opening in the quad. And a lot of people don't have a good concept of using the quad. I consider the quad, even though it sometimes can be considered a larger area, I think of it mostly in terms of this crease at the top of the leg, at the groin. So you can shift your weight this way, but that's not what you're after in Tai Chi. The more your hips move in space, the less you're using the quad. So I can shift my weight. I'll show you this. I'm on the right leg now. I shift to the leg, and notice how much my hips move in space here. I'm going down and into the quad. And now I've shifted my weight to the left leg. I didn't go over. I'm down into the relaxing through the crease, through the back of the hip. And now I'm going to relax the other side. This is closed, this is open, and I'm going to relax and close the left side there. So you can change your weight, you can shift, and the dantian will turn in different ways, but you're closing into the quad, and that's a really important thing in doing these exercises and in doing Tai Chi movement. So try to practice without moving your hips a lot in space. Here, into the quad. Now as I do the third step, relax more into the quad. And now my right quad is open. I'm going to close it and start moving over. Now my weight's on the right. So there's a definite shift in weight, but there's not a lot of this. If you have any questions, ask. Now I'm recording this for a full screen. I've got my camcorder up. I'm not going to show the gallery view. I'm just going to show the picture of the room as I work. So if I call you out, it's just among us friends. What the quad does is give you, it helps you become the buoy in the ocean. So you've got forces coming at you different ways, and instead of twisting and being taken by the force, or doing this way and being moved over, you're adjusting with the quad and able to handle force better in a more relaxed way. Good job, Bill, but let me point out one thing. When you come over here to the end, you're kind of raising your hand up and bringing it down. So here, from there, spiral. Don't lift it up, don't change the position other than to spiral it down. When you close, now in this position, I'm going to start and I'm going to close. I'm going to sink my energy, sink my weight as I spiral the hand down. The feeling I want is as if I'm resting on my buddy. There is no muscular tension in my arm. I'm sinking my weight, sinking my energy, and he's holding me up. Now when I close my body, watch in here. Watch the obliques. There's a sinking, a closing in the obliques, sink my energy. I don't really drop my body, but when they say sink the energy, I'm closing, sinking, resting my weight in my hand. 2, 3, 4. If I sometimes go to a gym, they have a pulley weight machine. You can get a handle pulley and get it taut right here, and then you can take this part and try to pull the weight down, just using your obliques, the muscles around the ribs. And the pulley isn't going to go far, but you can feel it in here. And that's kind of what you want to do when you close. Even on an opening movement like this, you're closing here. As you sink, your chest closes to the dantian. And of course, that kind of thing is throughout the form. Anytime you close down, you should be closing the obliques. I want to show you a couple things on Bob. So I showed you this part, boom. I'm not just turning here, I'm not just turning this, it's unfolding of internal strength through the body. And so, shoulder, elbow, hand, and then relax. Actually, that's lazy about tying the coat where you relax, but this is part of the relaxation of this movement. If Bob punches at me with his left hand, and I grab, and I open like we do in this exercise, and then I go to the first position. It didn't take me a lot of muscular effort to do that. I'm opening, he's over my leg, he's going backwards, and I drop him. So the intent of these exercises is not just to understand the body mechanics, but the feeling, the mechanics, the intent of knocking him down while you stay relaxed. Dantian rotation is an important part of the martial arts, but you can simplify that a little bit and say turn the waist. So it's more important to turn the waist than it is to turn the hips. If you turn the hips, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. So what you want is a really strong base. You want pung through your body, which is this expansive feeling. And once you twist, you're kind of giving that up. So pulling in here, over. And I'm maintaining, I'm turning with the dantian and the waist, but the hips, if you notice, they pretty much stay in the same position. Now when I move, I'm going to be turning the hips as I step, for example. But I'm moving into this position where the hips become stable and they're not always doing this. It's a really important thing.
Thank you.
The qua is really underemphasized. I'm going to bring in my lovely assistant, Nancy, because it's always fun to do applications on your wife. They always appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
So, if you grab hold of me with both arms, all right, yeah, give me a little pull here. I'm going to, my dantian is turned to the right, and I'm going to turn it, I'm going to connect the ground to my arm, and my arm turns with the dantian, the ground is connected to both. Now I do have a weight advantage, but you do it against someone larger and it still works. This part of the move, she punches, deflect, boom. She punches with that side. Now that's a more devastating, you can knock someone back with that shoulder. She punches again. And now she's in a vulnerable position, and all I have to do is drop. This is fun. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
There's a glass of wine in it for you later. Silk reeling energy gives us more power in our movements, and it also helps us neutralize incoming energy from an opponent. I'm going to add a layer of complexity to it right now. Let's go back. I'm going to have my right hand forward. Here I'm on my right side. I'm going to bring the hand down. Now as I push and shift and the dantian turns, I relax my left quad and I spiral the hand. The arm is spiraling, the shoulder is relaxed and spiraling, moving. It's loose, it's not tense. And the spiraling goes from the hand all the way to the feet, both feet. So if I'm on the right side and I start spiraling over toward the left, the spiraling in the right foot is going from big toe to little toe, and I'm pressing into the ground. The heel does most of the ground strength transmission, but the toes are on the ground and you're spiraling. Big toe to little toe on the right foot, little toe to big toe on the left. Now on the third move, I come up, it goes more spiraling, little toe to big toe on the left foot. I've spiraled big toe to little toe on the right. Now, as I move across, relax the right quad, the shoulder is loose, it's spiraling, opening, the dantian is turning and closing into the right quad, and as I spiral little toe to big toe on the right foot, there's closing power in the leg. Let me show you that from this direction. I'm spiraling the hand. The left foot is going little toe to big toe. The right foot is going big toe to little toe, spiraling into the ground. It closes more. Left foot, little toe to big toe. The right foot has gone to the little toe, but all the toes are on the ground. Now, as I relax the right quad and start going over, I'm loose through the arm and spiraling, but I've got the internal strength of the ground and pung. But I'm still relaxed, and the left foot is starting to spiral big toe to little toe, right foot, little toe to big toe. Now, one of the things that does is when I am knocking someone over my leg, like I did Nancy, I'm closing here as I'm coming across. So it provides more strength and stability into the lower part of my body. The knees are full of pung. The whole leg has pung. And I'm closing, spiraling here into the leg, into the quad. Go the other way, spiraling, closing. So that's an important part of the silk reeling. You're spiraling all the way through the body. And it's a physical skill. There's nothing metaphysical about this. I'm trying to touch on some concepts, and we practice these over and over in our classes. And the ironic thing about having an online school is you can have hundreds of members and only 4 or 5 will show up to a live class. I'm very glad you showed up today, because you can really make personal improvement this way. Now, I haven't given personal feedback on everybody, but I'm watching and I'm giving you some of the information on the things I'm seeing, using the qua, not shifting the hips too much, grounding and spiraling all the way. Those are important things to start with. Try to get at a good angle here. Practice it a couple of times. Sink your energy, spiral down to the side. Shift into the left a little bit. Spiral to the middle. Spiral over. Now relax the opposite quad, shoulder, elbow, hand. And then you start it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice my weight is shifting more and then all the way across, so that I want a definite change from one leg to the other leg. But I'm not really moving that much in space. Any final questions?
It's not about this. I just wonder if you could tell me the times of your online classes.
Some of them vary. The Xingyi and the Bagua vary, but Tai Chi is noon and 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, Central Time, noon and 6 p.m. But I do one-on-one sessions with members, no extra cost, and they go 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and we work on whatever they're working on at that time.
Well, oddly enough, I teach a class from 11 to 12 and 6 to 7, so I have to find, maybe the one-to-one would work.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, John, he's on here. He's in Scotland. We did one a couple of days ago, and it's fun for me and I think very helpful for the people. And at $20 a month, how do you, you can't really beat that.
And excuse me, this is my first class, and I did order some of your materials about 2 months ago, and I did have a question.
Sure.
So for the $20 a month, you are essentially permitted to have all of the online content plus any additional videos that you add. Okay, and then in addition to that, we're also permitted to come to your live classes. Is that correct?
Yes, any one that you want, and one-on-one personal sessions up to
And
two.
is that at an
200.
additional cost?
Nope.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That's wonderful. I've really enjoyed this class immensely, and I just wanted to clarify what the terms were and what was offered.
Yeah,
So, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
And it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, I know. I wish I was 450 pounds again. Instead, I'm in the 200s. You know, but it's just. I guess, in comparison with other teachers and instruction online, it's quite amazing. And and almost too good to be true. So I wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth, as it were.
That's been one of my challenges. You know, 1999. I started that price in 2008 when I launched the site. I wanted it to be affordable, and I figured if I did it on volume, I didn't need to charge $50 a month.
No,
Or
that's
100.
incredible. That makes sense.
So you get everything, every video I've ever done, streaming anytime. And every time I shoot a new video, like I plan to do tomorrow, and even this, you know, I'll be putting this video up from today, my angle. All the live classes, I try to put the replays on so people can learn from that.
Wonderful.
So, well, I really appreciate you being here. Any other questions before we go? And you can enjoy your
I have a
Saturday.
question before we
By the way,
take a-
Bill, who's about to ask a question, he's in classes every Wednesday and sometimes other times.
Yeah, tuning in live from southern Germany here. So when I was making that mistake with putting the hand up, seems to me that's a lot like breaking the contact in a joint hands exercise.
Yeah.
It's like unnecessary opening that could be exploited.
Yeah,
So now I'm working on making sure it just spirals around without that extra. Oops.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's good to see some of you. I recognize your names, and you know, Larry, you've been in and out buying stuff for years, I think, and
Yes, I have.
it's really good to see you. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
All right.
Or evening or morning.